The latest entry in the Conjuring universe, The Nun 2, is finally here. So today, let's see if it's worth your time. Hey everybody, my name is Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services. If you guys are like me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming content. In 1956 France, a priest is violently murdered and Sister Irene begins to investigate. She once again comes face to face with a powerful evil. I wasn't too keen on the first Nun film. I thought it just was a string of jump scares with a really kind of thin story. And The Nun 2 is a huge improvement over that first film. Now, The Nun 2 is not an amazing film by any means, but when you look at the structure and everything that made the first Nun, there's a lot of improvement for The Nun 2 in terms of the character developments and the scares and just the overall story. I felt more invested within the sequel. Now, what The Nun 2 does so well, and the first Nun film did a great job with it as well, is the creepy imagery of the nun. Whenever it's lurking in the backgrounds, the use of darkness to cover the nun, and you slowly start to see the nun appear on screen, it's terrifying. Some of the imagery really just gets under your skin. And then they utilize the jump scares to follow with it, and there are some moments that they follow through and it really starts to haunt these characters. But the nun, there's several moments in here that the nun is just creeping in the background, or the fingers are lurking around a corner, and a really good scene of a magazine stand that starts to form the nun. There's really creative jump scares that really follow through with it, and there are a lot of just creepy moments that fill this movie. The first half of the film, that's where I feel like it just has these jump scares. It's just a string of terrifying moments with a limited focus on what our story wants to be. We bring back Sister Irene Thaisa Farmiga from the first film, and we have Frenchie returning again. Their characters are separated, but eventually they are connected in terms of the story and where Frenchie is going and being possessed by the nun, we see at the end of the first film, and we know it from the Conjuring films that we've already gotten. So you already know where you're going to go with this character. But the first half with Sister Irene still struggling with what had happened to her in the first film. We have Storm Reed that joins the film, and her position, and she's not sure how to kind of handle it all, as she's just kind of thrown into this position. But how we have Sister Irene and the nun's presence and Frenchie at this boarding school, it just feels like it's a string of just terrifying moments. Oh, there's the nun, it's creeping around this corner, or it just killed somebody. Well, all pretty effective. It's just there's not much of a story to really grasp onto. And it's not until about, we're gearing towards the middle half of the movie, and then she's recruited to find what the nun is after. It feels like it's like this spy government mission that she has to go on. Travels and tries to find the reasoning that the nun is possessing Frenchie and what the nun is after, and they come to their answers, and it leads Sister Irene back to Frenchie. And that's where I felt like the story was just moving at a nice pace. I was more invested in what was going on once Sister Irene was on this journey with Storm Reed's character. They were after this relic to stop the nun and also protect Frenchie. And we have connection between our characters, and you just kind of building on the story. That's when I felt more invested in the story. Just the beginning half of the movie, just a string of terrifying moments, people being killed. You're not really sure where the story is going to go. Once again, the performances are really good in here. Thaisa Farmiga as Sister Irene, she has this sense of confidence to her, but very hesitant as times. She's still dealing with what happened at the first film, which is very realistic, but also like Frenchie's character as well. And very subtle moments of him struggling with what happened to him at the end of the first film. So we see this kind of this buildup of this character. And then we also have Anna Popplewell, who I immediately recognized as one of the siblings from Chronicles of Narnia years ago. So it's really nice to see her in this movie. But overall, The Nun 2 improved on the character developments and a more rounded out story. Really terrifying moments. The imagery is really good. I like the setting of this boarding school. It allows for more victims of the nun and a setting that can be really terrifying and utilize it very well. They really stick to that setting when it comes to Frenchie's storyline and Sister Irene kind of working her way into the boarding school to protect Frenchie and everybody there. I really like the setting and how it contributed a lot to the story and the nun's presence within the boarding school. So highly recommend checking out The Nun 2 if you like the first one, or you really just involved with the Conjuring universe. It's had its highs, it's had its lows. I feel like The Nun 2 is kind of right there in the middle. So before I give you my score for The Nun 2, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer actions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. And if you'd like to see where The Nun 2 ranks amongst all of the other 2023 releases I've seen this year, follow me on Letterboxd and there you can find my ranking. I'm going to go ahead and give The Nun 2 a B-. Thank you guys for checking out my review for The Nun 2. Have you guys seen the latest Conjuring universe entry? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Justin Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.